Hello my lovelies and welcome back. Today it's all about the makeup that has won an award from Glamour Beauty. There's a mixture of makeup in here, some drugstore, some luxury, and some mid-grade, pro-grade prices. So let's begin with the face primer. For the face primer, we have by Maybelline. This is their Fit Me Matte Plus Poreless. Their mattifying primer sunscreen with SPF of 20, and it has clay in there. It's for normal to oily skin. So this is supposed to be a really lightweight formula for all day wear, very comfortable formula. And I'm going to focus this on areas where I tend to get shiny, and that's usually my T-zone, especially my forehead right here. And I do love the squeezy tube. It's a white formula, but when you blend it out, it becomes transparent. It's also supposed to extend the wear of the makeup and is going to provide a matte finish. You can see the forehead right away. It became a nice soft matte finish, but you can still see a little bit of that glow peeking through from my my moisturizer. I'm gonna take the tiniest amount just on one side to see if it's gonna do anything extra to the makeup on top. Let's do it on the left side. Take some right there and whatever is left. All right, let's move on to the face base. Neutrogena won the award. This is their Flawless Matte CC Cream Clear Coverage with niacinamide. What is this? It's supposed to be a full coverage, matte, color correcting cream formulated with niacinamide to mask skin imperfections and even skin tone for a flawless looking complexion. It's free of oil, fragrance, parabens, and phthalates. It's $12.99. And when you squeeze it out, it's pretty thick, but it's also pretty liquidy. It's not dripping down the back of my hand, but when you swatch it, like it feels very creamy. It doesn't feel very intense. So I'm just gonna use my finger to apply in those areas and just use my finger to blend it out first, my fingers, and then maybe use a brush or a dampened sponge to blend out. It's blending nice, but it does have a little bit of resistance. And this is the side without the primer. The color looks pretty nice. I'm gonna take my fingers on this side as well. It's not super creamy, but it's also not as dry as I was anticipating. It's kind of streaking, so I think I might use a brush for this to get the best result. Like, it looks good on this side without the primer. It's honestly really pretty. It looks really good. It's a very soft matte finish. It's not extremely matte where you look one-dimensional. There's still a little bit of glow underneath, but I think if you layer this CC cream on to get really full coverage, it could probably start looking very heavy and cakey, and it will definitely settle into those fine lines and exaggerate texture on your skin just because it is more of a thicker formula. I think both sides still look pretty good. I'm just more concerned about the forehead with that primer. I feel like I have to work a little bit more. So for eyebrows, we're gonna start with the eyebrow gel first. The winner was Kosas. This is their Airbrow Clear and Clean Lifting Treatment Eyebrow Gel with Lamination Effect, $22. This has been in my collection for a while, and I really like this product because it's pretty lightweight. It's not super sticky or tacky, but it does keep your brows in place. I just wish it had a little bit more staying power if I'm comparing it to, let's say, Patrick Ta, if I'm comparing it to Benefit or even Refi Beauty. Like, those are really intense and they last all day long. But I do love how small the spoolie is. And it's a clear formula. They do have tinted formulas as well. I'm gonna work the product through, let it sit there, and I'm gonna move to the other side. For brow pencil, this was one of the winners. This is by the brand Code 8, and this is their Arch Realist. It's their brow defining pencil, $29 US. And I picked up shade medium, and they have two other shades, light and a dark, available. It reminds me of a very old school type of brow pencil with a spool in one end, and then the pencil itself, you have to actually sharpen it. It has a little bit more of a waxy texture, and it's supposed to be long lasting, and it's also infused with shea butter, jojoba oil, vitamin E, but I'm really curious if it is going to be long lasting. So I actually took a little bit of my ABH Brow Wiz in medium brown just to kind of color correct a little bit, and I swatched it for you right here. The medium brown by ABH is definitely more neutral. It's a little bit more cool toned of a brown versus the Code 8, their medium shade. It's very warm tone and it's pulling more of like a red undertone in a way, and just personally for my brows, it doesn't match very well. I'm gonna have to do a really big pass on this pencil. The formula is okay, but I think it's way too expensive. You lose the shape very fast and you have to have a sharpener to keep it nice and sharp. In my opinion, the NYX brow pencil, the Milani brow pencil that I really love, the L'Oreal brow pencil, my ABH brow pencil, they're all more budget friendly than this $29 pencil. Let's move on to concealer. The concealer that won the award was by Lancome, their the Tint Idole Ultra Wear All Over Concealer. Oh, this is such a great concealer. This was my love last year and the beginning of this year. It's $29 US. It's a lightweight, full coverage concealer that has, I would say, more of a natural soft matte finish depending how you prep your under eyes. And I don't have to set this concealer, but I will today just because there is a setting powder that won an award as well. And this is a pretty long lasting concealer in my opinion, and a little bit does go a long way. I have shade Buff. This is a neutral undertone, and this doe foot applicator is massive, massive. I like to apply it right in here, in here. I think I'm gonna mix the other shade as well. I'm gonna mix the shade, let's do Ivory, and this has more of a cool tone to it because I am a little bit more tan, but I think I need a little bit more cool tone. And then just a little bit right here. Right, you can see the blue, and then that's it. I'm gonna bring up whatever I have right there. I'm using Spectrum Katie Jane Hughes brush. It's a pretty full coverage concealer, but the texture and the formula is pretty lightweight. I found that you can use your fingers to blend this out, a dampened sponge, or a brush like I am. All right, before I set my under eyes, we're gonna move on to cream bronzer. And this right here is, one of my all-time favorite bronzers from the drugstore. This is by e.l.f. and this is their putty bronzer, and it's a putty cream to a powder formula. I would say the only negative I have towards this is the packaging, how tiny it is. You really have to have a smaller brush to fit in here. So the brush that I would always use is the Fenty Beauty brush, or I would use my Makeup by Mario. It actually fits pretty good in there, but I picked up their putty bronzer brush for this by e.l.f. It's so tiny, it's nice tapered, and it's pretty dense, so I'm really curious how this is gonna work together. This right here retails for $7. It's really buildable. It's a very natural type of a look to your face, but it's still creamy enough where you can blend it really well. I don't know, I just love this product, and I can see why it won an award. Do I like how tiny this brush is? I think it's good for precision, and of course for the pot, because the pot is so tiny. You have to work it a little bit more just because the surface area is so small, but I think for precision it's nice. And you can see how easy that was to blend out, and the finish of it will definitely mimic what you have underneath. So if you have more of a glowy base, it's going to look a little bit more glowy, but also it has, like I said, it's a putty cream to a powder finish. So in my opinion, you don't have to set this with a powder bronzer or a powder contour, but you can if you prefer, if you have more of an oilier skin type. For the loose setting powder, this is the one that won the award. Rare Beauty. Always an Optimist Soft Radiance Setting Powder, $22. I have shade Light. They also have a light medium, a medium deep, and then a deep. The light is a soft pink for fair to light complexions, and I do like this one a lot. It's not your typical matte loose setting powder where it's really going to mattify your entire face, but what this does, it has, like in the name, radiance, it has a really nice soft setting properties, but on the skin it just looks very airbrushed, very soft, very blurred, but it doesn't mattify your skin where you look super one-dimensional. It just kind of just sets everything in place with the most beautiful finish. I'm just gonna use my Real Techniques and just really, really work it into the brush. And then just very gently tap. You see what I mean by it softens? Softens everything. That looks beautiful. For the eyeshadow winner, Jones Road Beauty with the best eyeshadow. That's the name of this powder eyeshadow. Each eyeshadow is $25 US. I did a whole video on Jones Road best-selling items, but this is in the color Ash. And then I picked up So Pretty, and this one is a shimmer. Oh, it kind of matches me actually. Very stunning together. So I think I'm gonna work Ash all over my eyelid, going up into my crease, and then this also over my entire eyelid to kind of give a nice pop of shimmer. Like I said, $25 US each, and these are rated so high with over 1,000 reviews. It's almost a full 5-star rating. For eyeliner, CoverGirl. Their perfect Point Plus eyeliner, $4.99 is the winner. I will say this is the classic eyeliner from the drugstore. The only negative about this eyeliner is the applicator. I find that they break on me. I don't know what's going on, but the actual twist, they break on so many colors. This is gray khaki, and this one has like a nice, like a green, but it's also gray. It's more gray than green. It's really, really stunning. And it's supposed to glide on really easily, and it stays put all day long. And I think that's exactly what it is. I'm not gonna do too much of a winged eye. I'm just going to add a little bit of definition here. I had to fix my glitter situation because it was scattered all underneath my, right here underneath my eyes. So I just took a little bit more concealer and just topped it over with a little bit more setting powder. Very, very, very thin layers. Overall, I do like the eyeshadows a lot. I mean, without primer, I'm pretty impressed how they adhered to my eyelid. I like the way they blended. I didn't really have to do much except for the glitter or the shimmer formula. It does go all over the place even when it's wet. So I would do my eyes beforehand and then finish the base of my makeup, or the rest, like the base, everything else like the concealer, so I don't have to layer as much or apply as much powder. Eyeliner is bomb. I tightline my lash line, the top lash line. I think it's super creamy. They're pigmented enough. I mean, for the price, $4.99, honestly can't complain too much about the formula and the color itself. Besides the packaging, over the years, I did find that the packaging did break on me quite often, but I do like this eyeliner. I think it's pretty great. I'm gonna quickly curl my lashes and then we'll go on to mascara because I have 2 mascaras. The first one is by Ame Cole. This is their Lash Amplifying Mascara, and it's $19 US. It's supposed to give you length, volume, and drama. It's a buildable, volumizing mascara, perfect for everyday use. It delivers high impact definition and length without clumping or flaking. It's also formulated with 87% naturally derived ingredients that's supposed to provide a fuller and healthier appearance. It has a nice long tapered wand with boar bristles. I'm gonna first coat the ends of my lashes. I actually really like this long skinny wand. It's really nice. And then work towards the root. Okay, that's one coat. Very natural. I'm gonna let it do its thing and move on to the other mascara because I want to layer this. But with the first coat, very natural, very wispy. My lashes look lengthened. They look defined, but they're not clumpy. The next one is by Milk Makeup, and this is a newer one to the market. Oh, I love this packaging. This is their Rise Lifting Plus Lengthening Mascara, and it's almost $10 more. It's $28 US. It's supposed to mimic a lash lift and ties any no makeup look together. It's also derived with 93% natural ingredients, but it's also the boar bristle type. I'm going back to the Ame Cole. I think I said that right. There's a little bit of resistance, so that's good, so I can try to build up. Wow, it's actually not clumping as much as I thought it would. That's a really pretty mascara. I like this a lot. I'm gonna try to do a little bit more volume with this because this one kind of didn't really do much for my lashes, if I'm honest with you. Between the two, I'm gonna give I'm gonna have to give it to Amicole. I just think it's a great formula to layer. It looks great with just one coat for that natural everyday type of a mascara, but I like that it lengthens, it curls, it lifts, but it also provides that volume with minimal clumping. There's not as much clumps. So I'm really hoping this mascara is not going to flake on me and it's gonna be long wearing because this is really nice. For blush, we have Valentino. This is their Eye to Cheek dual use blush and shadow. $58. What is this? It's a cream to powder blush, an eyeshadow that creates a visibly radiant finish from eye to cheek with buildable coverage and a lightweight feel. So it's a cream to powder, but it's a pressed powder formula. Interesting. And I have shade number 8, which is their Roman Sky shade. It's a light peachy pink with light reflecting pearls. Oh my gosh, that is buttery soft. Wowza. It does feel a little like extra creamy, but a nice powder finish. I see what they mean. I'm gonna use my Jones Road, their blush brush, and just stamp it on. I like to start off slow with my blushes and then add if I need to. That is pretty. That is so pretty. I will say it is extremely, extremely fragranced. You open the box, before you even open it, you can smell the fragrance in here. It smells very luxe. I'm not complaining at all. Wow, that's a pretty blush. I won't have it handed, but I don't hate it. I love it. Andre's looking at me and laughing.
How much you love blush?
I love blush. I'm just softening the apples on my cheeks with that powder brush that I used, just to soften the edges a little bit. It's kind of like a mixture of my Milani blushes, the rose formula along with the baked formula. It's kind of, that's what this is reminding me of. It has that really nice soft buttery finish like the rose formula, but then that luminosity, healthy glow, and that color from the baked blushes. It's kind of like the two formulas combined, but a little more creamier and buttery. So for lip liner, it's Makeup by Mario, their Ultra Suede Sculpting Lip Pencil. $22 US. Picked up this one right here. It's in smoky pink. This is a precision dual-ended lip liner that defines, sculpts, and limitlessly shapes the lips to create the illusion of a fuller pout. It's supposed to have a matte formula with full coverage pigment. It's not supposed to feather. It's supposed to give you the most extra comfortability, and it has some kind of lip lock technology that extends the wear of your lipstick. And then for lipstick or a lip color or a lip product besides a lip liner, this was one of the winners. There were other options, but I wanted to kind of give this one a little homage. This is by Westman Atelier. This is their Squeaky Clean Liquid Lip Balm. It's very expensive for a lip balm. It's $38 US, but Westman Atelier is very like a luxury brand, and they're a clean luxury brand. And this right here, it's a tinted, clean liquid lip balm that cushions lips with weightless nourishment to hydrate and protect. It's in shade Nana, which is a cool beige shade. Ooh, these two paired together. Very pretty. And your lips feel so good. I like that it's tinted, but it's not too much of a tint. And I like to apply these on top of lip liners. That's why I wanted to get a lip liner and put this on top. I like this product. It makes me feel good when I apply it, and my lips feel phenomenal. Do you need this in your life? No, you don't, but it's a really beautiful liquid lip balm, and I like that it's tinted. All right, completed face. I like everything together besides my eyebrows. They're a little bit too warm, but it's okay. Everything else kind of tied it together. I'll see in a little bit. Hello. I'm sitting right in front of the window, so I wanted to show you guys what it looks like in really natural light. Honestly, it looks pretty dang good. I will say my forehead is the shiniest, so that mattifying primer, it's not keeping the shine too much away. Kind of has like a nice soft, radiant look. I'm not hating it. The pores look very small, very airbrushed. This side, they're a little bit more enlarged. The cheeks look bomb. That blush is so beautiful, but I keep thinking back, yeah, it kind of reminds me of both Milani blushes, the rose and the baked blushes combined with that formula, that texture, and the overall look. Of course, we all love that contour, or at least not contour, the bronzer. I love my e.l.f. bronzer. It looks great. Eyeshadow looks insane. It still looks so good, The eyeliner looks so good. The mascara on this side looks amazing. I don't like the Milk Makeup Mascara. It actually weighed my lashes down even more. Lip liner is kind of still there, but it's kind of gone because we had dinner. I'll show you guys what it looks like right before dinner. And yeah, I'm just like shocked at how much I like the eyes. The eyeshadow's not creasing, it's not moving, it's not flaking extra. So good. I am in love with the eyes. This is how we're looking at the end of the night. I have a lot of good things to say. I've had this on for a little over 10 hours. So starting off with the primer, I think the texture of my pores still looks a little bit more airbrushed, a little bit more subdued versus the right side without the primer. But I'm noticing with the CC cream, I'm looking pretty dry right here, like around my smile lines, and it looks pretty crusty right here. So, ooh, it doesn't look the best. So I would say for the CC cream, it's good for 6 to 8 hours, in my opinion. I think after 6 to 8 hours, it just kind of goes downhill. Cheeks still look beautiful, honestly. They still look so nice. You can still see a ton of color. You can still see the cheeks are airbrushed. The texture is not exaggerated by any means. Like, it's just beautiful. I really enjoyed the Valentino blush. I'm sure I'm gonna still continue to use it. I'm gonna use it as an eyeshadow as well, but really enjoying the blush, and I think it's phenomenal. And also for the contour, if you're looking for a budget-friendly cream contour, definitely check out e.l.f. And I would actually recommend to use their e.l.f. Putty Bronzer Brush. It's super tiny, but I would kind of pack it on in areas where you want it to sit, and then just go in either with a dampened sponge or a bigger brush to kind of blend it all together. Moving on to eyeshadow. I still love it. I think, if anything, this product you definitely should check out by Jones Road Beauty. The eyeliner, beautiful. I already know I like the eyeliner, but this one is actually really pretty. I like how subtle it is with this color, with these eyeshadows. Beautiful. Next thing, mascara. I am pretty impressed with the Ame Cole mascara. If anything, I see the tiniest amount of transfer right here in the lower lash line, but really impressed. There's a lot more transfer on the Milk Makeup side. And now moving on to the lips, it's barely there. I will say the lip liner is extremely creamy. I like the formula that it has, that suede finish and feel. I like it a lot. I paired it with the liquid lip balm by Westman Ateliers. I do like that lip balm. It's a very expensive lip balm for a lip balm. So yeah, from this entire video, definitely check out the Jones Road Beauty eyeshadow. I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you for watching, spending time with me, and I'll see you next one very soon.